on the metallic world of Cybertron, where glowing energon once flowed like rivers, a society of intelligent robots lived and worked. These robots had special parts called transformation cogs, which allowed them to turn into vehicles. They lived in cities like the busy and growing Laken. Among them was a young and curious miner named Orion Pax, whose love for learning made him different from the others. Orion often sneaked away from his mining job to learn about Cybertron's past, especially the first Cybertronians who built their civilization. One day, he slipped into an old archive to watch a forbidden film about the ancient leaders, the Primes. But the city's security robots caught him, and Orion was thrown into prison. His loyal best friend, D16, refused to leave him behind. Taking a big risk, D16 broke him out of his cell, and the two escaped back to the deep tunnels where miners worked. They returned to their hard jobs, but trouble seemed to follow them. While exploring a dark cave, they accidentally trapped another miner named Jazz. Their leader, Alita 1, took the blame for the accident. Because of this, she lost her position as leader and felt ashamed, but her friendship with Orion and D16 stayed strong. At the same time, Sentinel Prime, Cybertron's highly respected leader, came back from a mission to the planet's surface. He claimed he had fought off an alien invasion from the Quintessence and announced a grand celebration, a flying race across Cybertron's skies. Orion and D16 wanted to show they were more than just miners, so they joined the race using homemade jetpacks. Although the crowd cheered for them, they didn't win. Sentinel admired their bravery and almost rewarded them, but when their earlier troublemaking was discovered, they were punished. Their new job was the lowest of the low, garbage disposal and burning scrap. While sorting through piles of junk, Orion and D16 met B127, a lively and hopeful robot who also disliked the unfair system they lived under. Together, they found something amazing, a small chip hidden in the garbage. It was a distress signal from Alpha Trion, one of the old primes thought to be gone forever. Despite the danger, Orion convinced D16, B127, and even the hesitant Alita want to go with him to find Trion. Their journey led them far from Laken, to a quiet cave on Cybertron's surface. Inside the cave, they discovered Alpha Trion. He was deactivated and surrounded by the lifeless bodies of other primes. When they brought him back online, Trion told them a shocking truth. Sentinel Prime had betrayed the primes. He had made a deal with the Quintessence, trading energon in exchange for power. Sentinel also made sure the miners couldn't transform by secretly disabling their cogs, so he could control them more easily. Before shutting down again, Trion gave the group new cogs so they could transform. He also gave them a special data chip that proved Sentinel's betrayal. But before they could escape, Sentinel's army found them. In the fight that followed, Trion was captured, and the evidence chip was destroyed. The group barely made it out alive, their mission far from over. The group rushed back to the city of Laken, but they were stopped by Sentinel's high guards. As Sentinel's forces lightened their hold on the city, anger began to glow among the citizens. A group of war robots led by cruel Starcreams started a rebellion. D16, now feeling braver and more aggressive, defeated Starscream in a battle, but Orion Pax began to worry about the dark changes he saw in his friend. With no proof left to his betrayal, Sentinel planned to crush all who stood against him. But Alita 1, using her memory recordings, revealed Sentinel's confession to all of Cybertron. This sparked a rebellion. Orion Pax gathered the remaining high guards and inspired the people to fight back. Together, they marched towards the Sentinel stronghold to determine to end his rule. The final battle was both thrilling and tragic. Sentinel was defeated by D16, but a hatred argument broke out between Orion Pax and D16 about what to do with him. In a moment of anger, D16 accidentally struck down Orion Pax, leaving his closest friend lying lifeless on the ground. Filled with sorrow and rage, D16 took a new name, Megatron. He killed Sentinel Prime and took over the High Guards, declaring himself the new ruler of Cybertron. But this was not the end. The spirit of the ancient Prime appeared to Orion Pax and gave him the Matrix of Leadership, a powerful artifact. The Matrix bring him back to life and transforming him to Optimus Prime. He rose again to fight Megatron, and the two clashed in a mighty battle. In the end, Optimus Prime defeated Megatron and the High Guard was broken. Megatron and his followers, who now called themselves Decepticon, were banished. The energy of the Matrix brought life back to Cybertron, restoring the Energon rivers and fixing the miners' cogs. Optimus Prime formed a new group of protectors, naming them the Autobots. He vowed to protect and keep Cybertron safe from future threats and sent a warning to the Quintessence to stay away. Even Cybertron celebrates its birth. Megatron and the Decepticons plot in secret, their hatred for Optimus growing stronger. And so began the endless struggle between the Autobots and the Decepticon, a story of courage, betrayal, and the fight for freedom.